If you're over 60, have you just kind of accepted that feeling heavy, bloated, and tired all the time is just normal? We tend to blame our age, maybe our medications, but what if the real reason for all that discomfort is something we can actually do something about? Okay, let's get into it. I mean, just think about it for a second. Does that sound familiar to you? That constant feeling of being weighed down, even when you haven't really eaten all that much? Or that nagging tiredness that a full night's sleep just can't seem to shake? If it does, believe me, you are not alone. And here's what's so interesting. The real cause might not be what you think at all. Yeah, our bodies change as we get older, for sure. But these specific symptoms, they often point to one single underlying issue that has way less to do with how many birthdays you've had and a lot more to do with what's happening inside your gut. Now, that's a pretty wild thought, isn't it? But according to our source material, it's a very common reality for a lot of people. This internal traffic jam can be the hidden reason you're feeling so sluggish and bloated. But, and this is the important part, the good news is we can gently help our bodies get things moving again. So why does this seem to happen so often after 60? Well, it's not just one thing. It's more like a combination of factors that come together to create what you could call a perfect storm for our digestive systems. Let's break this down a bit. First off, the natural muscle waves that push food through our system, they just tend to slow down a little as we age. It's a natural process. Second, our lifestyles often change, right? We might not be as active, maybe we forget to drink as much water. And third, a lot of very common medications, things for blood pressure or pain, can unfortunately have a constipating side effect. You put all three of those together and boom, you've got the perfect recipe for a digestive slowdown. Okay, so how do you know if this is what's going on with you? Well, your body is actually pretty amazing at sending you signals. Let's go over some of the key warning signs that might be telling you it's time for a little reset. Just take a look at this list for a moment. We're not talking about a little discomfort now and then. We're talking about that constant bloating that seems to pop up right after you eat, that deep down fatigue that just won't go away no matter how much you sleep. It can even show up in ways you'd never think to connect to your gut, like bad breath, weird skin problems, or that really frustrating brain fog. These are all clues that your system is working overtime and struggling. So as you're looking at that list, do two or more of those just hit home for you? If you're nodding your head right now, then what we're about to cover next, it could be a total game changer for how you feel every single day. So let's talk about the solution. And I want to be really clear, this is not about harsh chemicals or some extreme diet. We're going to walk through a 10-step plan that's gentle, natural, and full of methods that are actually recommended by doctors to help your body get back to doing its job. All right. These first 5 steps are all about nourishing your body from the inside. Step 1 is so simple, but so effective. Just start your day with warm water and a little lemon. It's like a gentle wake-up call for your digestion. Step 2 is something you might not have heard of, oat kissel. It's basically boiled oat water, and it's incredibly soothing for an inflamed gut. For step 3, we've got a classic for a reason. Blend a few prunes with some kefir before bed for a gentle overnight boost. Step 4 is a flaxseed infusion, or tea, which gives you a great hit of soluble fiber. And finally, step 5 is what our source calls an internal brush, a simple raw salad with beetroot and carrot that literally helps sweep things clean. Now for the second half of the plan, which is all about supporting your system from the outside in. Step 6 is easy. Sip on some herbal tea like chamomile or peppermint after meals to help with gas. For step 7, we're doing something on the outside, a warm castor oil pack on your belly, which can help get things moving. Step 8 is a big one, maybe the most important, a simple 10-minute walk after dinner. It's like a natural massage for your insides. Step 9 is using psyllium husk, a gentle fiber, to help bulk things up. And finally, step 10 is a little treat, a warm Epsom salt bath. It's amazing for relaxing all your muscles, including the ones in your gut. Okay, so you do the cleanse, you're feeling lighter, awesome. But how do you keep feeling that way? It's all about the daily maintenance plan. Let's look at the foods that help and the foods that, well, hinder. This chart here really lays it all out. On the help side, you've got your helpers, things like kiwi and papaya, fermented foods like kefir that have all those good bacteria, and gentle fibers from things like oatmeal. And on the hinder side, well, it's the usual suspects, isn't it? White bread, fried foods, and all those sugary drinks that can really gum up the works. And listen, if you only take one single thing away from this for long-term health, please let it be this. At least 1.5 liters of water or herbal tea. every single day. Hydration is everything. It's what keeps your system flowing smoothly. It is absolutely non-negotiable.
Now, hold on. Before you run off and start trying all of this, we absolutely have to talk about safety. The goal here is to be gentle and supportive, not to shock your system. So let's make sure we do this the smart way. First things first, try to avoid those harsh chemical laxatives. They can make your colon lazy over time. Also, when you start adding in more fiber, like with the flax or psyllium, go slow. Start with a little bit and let your body get used to it. And this one is really important. If you have a serious condition like diabetes or heart disease, please talk to your doctor before you make any big changes. And of course, if you're really struggling and it's been going on for more than a week, that's a sign to see your doctor.
You know, this quote really just sums up the whole idea perfectly. This isn't about doing anything extreme or aggressive. It's about getting back to basics, about gently giving your body what it needs to find its own natural rhythm again. That's how you start to feel light and energetic. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Don't feel like you have to do all 10 of these things at once. That can be overwhelming. Just look back at everything we talked about and ask yourself, what is one small, simple, gentle step you could try today that might just change how you feel tomorrow?